Hello, lovely angels. Welcome to your reading with me, Taurus. This is going to be mid-July, so we're going to just dive straight in. This is most likely going to be for the week ahead, but we're going to keep it to mid-July. I like to change things up over here. But anyway, let's dive into your reading. We're going to start out with the oracles as we do. All right, my angels, let's see. For Taurus, you have the soulmates card coming up almost immediately. So expect some love coming away. If you're already in a relationship, there could be something significant going on here. If soulmates can also be platonic too. So it really does feel like you guys are meeting people who might be supportive of you during this time, okay? It's a theme. You have rest and rejuvenation, so maybe that's why you could be receiving some help from others whilst you are healing or focusing on your health and healing. This is a really good time also for yourself, just to make sure that you're resting and rejuvenating. Make sure that you're sleeping good, okay? Make sure that you're focusing on your body, right? And your mind. This is kind of like mental health, spiritual health, and physical health. So doing whatever you need to do in order to prioritize that during this time, okay? And leaning on others if you need to. There's no harm in that. Anything else for Taurus? For mid-June? Didn't really jump fully out. Thank you. New moon in Leo, shine. I quite like that because I do feel like you guys are focusing on your inner world, and therefore I think it's going to show up in your outer world. So it's in Leo, which is really about attracting attention. Leo is known to be kind of the celebrity of the zodiacs, right? Because it's all about shining bright and being the center of attention. So again, as I said, I think that you are a bit of the center of attention this week. I think people are wanting to look after you. People are surrounding you during this time whilst you are going through whatever you're going through, which we'll figure out. This is also a card of facing the sun. Maybe you are the sun, right? Because this is facing you. But the sunflowers here do represent positivity and growth, right? They focus on the sun. That's why they stare all the time. So again, half of this message says that a lot of people are going to be around you, wanting your attention or just wanting to look at you. If I observe you, it's really just a nice little reminder to make sure that you are facing the sun as well, which is optimism, joy. It's a new moon, which represents a new beginning coming up for you. Maybe where you are, just again, the center of attention. It's really what I'm feeling here. So I'm just going to give this a little shuffle for you. I've been trying to do this shuffle, but it can be quite hard. Okay, there we go. We'll do it like that. I'm going to give it a little shuffle here. For Taurus, please put your energy in whilst I'm doing this. Okay, thank you. Let's see. I like to change things up, so I'm doing it a little bit differently again this week. But messages are still just as powerful and amazing. Your overall energy, the energy of this week, is the Eight of Cups. So really leaving things behind that don't serve you. I am picking a bit up on to do with your health this week, Taurus. So just make sure you're looking after that. And again, if things are not doing your body any good, it's a really good time to focus on getting rid of that, right? Don't just keep drinking for the sake of drinking. I'm just using that. I didn't mean alcohol. I'm just really kind of speaking about the card, but maybe it is. Maybe it's time to quit some things, okay? But I'm not a doctor, so make sure you go speak to a professional about that. Okay, let's see a bit more. In your energy, though, you are feeling quite good. I would again just say Nine of Cups is great. It is about wish fulfillment. It is about feeling successful within your own space. I do like this card, but because of this kind of message that I just said, it's also a card of overindulgence. So I'm just going to agree. So just be aware of that energy because we said about health and resting and healing and stuff like that. But overall, I will say that your challenge is probably going to be, I'm hearing, your biggest fears. So they really want you to focus on that, especially if you are having nightmares about something, but also about your feelings and emotions and really listening to what they're trying to tell you. Because the sun is this Leo energy that we have over here, but your challenge this week is the moon. So the things that are hidden. Whenever you shine a light, though, wherever you shine a light, which is also your awareness and attention, you're able to see things more clearly. So some of you might be quite emotional this week. Let's figure it out. This is love and that is career finances. Okay. Bit of a tricky week. Sorry. This is also part of your reading. This is overall theme for the week, as well as the Temperance, which is again another card about everything in moderation. So I really need to say that this is a big theme for you. Everything in moderation. It's really about finding the perfect balance for you. And And in life, I don't know what area this is meaning for you, but I'm going to say what I'm really feeling here is that don't compare your journey to anyone else's. This is your journey, and what you need is different from what everyone else needs, and what you don't need is different to what everyone else doesn't need. Really listen to your body. Your body is and your mind, right? If you're not feeling very well, then you really need to address what's making you feel that way, because your body is trying to tell you something. Or your mind, right? If you're feeling quite low or down in something, in my life anyway, it's always been something needs to change, right? Otherwise you sit in that energy and nothing changes. So you have to kind of create change to have change. Let's see what's in the unexpected, or what you can't see, is the Queen of Cups. So focusing a lot more on your feelings and emotions, mastering those is very important for you. And that dolphin is also another sign of happiness coming your way. So you are going to be able to balance things in life and bring harmony into your world during this week, but this is the week to do it, okay? Taurus, very important. The Temperance card is all about taking a pit stop, right? You don't always need to be charging forward, right? You are the bull, so you like to get you like to charge ahead, but this week is really again about you balancing. And again, for a lot of you, it'll be different areas of your life, spiritually, mentally, physically, or all of the above. You're really being called to focus on these I want to call them pillars in life, okay? And make sure that everything is aligned and stable and strong. And that's your main theme for the week, okay? So she's taking time off of her path so that she can balance these cups before she moves forward along her journey. So that's something you guys are being called to do as well. Okay, and make sure that things are balanced for you. Okay, and again, a good card of harmony, forgiveness, and all that stuff. So we'll figure out why that's coming up here. I do see a little bit of arguments coming through, and the past is also your challenge as well. So we're going to figure that out. I'm going to shuffle this deck as we speak about it. Eight of Cups being the main theme, I already kind of spoke about it. It is about gaining the courage to leave some things behind because they just are not fulfilling enough for you, right? And that's okay. The Page of Wands coming through as well does suggest that you are going to be getting some good news. It's also in advice position. So in your advice, I see that you are being called to accept to not push too hard. How can I express this? Because the Five of Swords is kind of like, there's a phrase that's coming to mind, which is cutting your nose off despite your face, meaning be careful of how you deal with situations, because you might end up making them worse just because you want to win an argument, or just because you want to show someone how they made you feel, for example, but you might end up kind of hurting yourself in the meantime. And that's basically what that card can represent. And it is a card of conflict, and it is a card of defeat. And in your advice position, it's saying accept that situation. It caused you hurt, it caused you pain, and kind of just take it on the chin a little bit. But that's up to you if you want to or not. You don't have to do that. But because Temperance is about gaining balance in life and forgiveness, this could be a past energy, right? That you've still not healed from something, or maybe something was unjust and unfair, and for that reason it's still bugging you. We'll get into it. I'm just going off on a tangent there, but it's just kind of saying, don't feel the need to kind of resurface some pain to feel successful, because it's only making you feel more defeated, okay? But we'll figure it out. I'm going to clarify all of these anyways. But the Page of Wands being advice as well is really what I was wanting to get into. Is a really good sign of learning something new, right? Something that you're passionate about, okay? Some of you could be like learning a language or exploring things of different cultures. I'm getting ninth house energy, which again is about travel, seeing new places. It's a Page of Wands, so I want to say live without limits. Be that focus on that inner child of yours and have more freedom during this week, and really focus on things that bring you joy, that bring you cheekiness, right? Bring that little fire back in your life. The Knight of Wands in your recent past energy does tell me that you are still a bit wounded and hurt about something, and you got your guard up, right? This is this feeling that you've had to protect yourself a lot in life, and that you've had to kind of be your own, parent or warrior in a way. So you still have that defense mechanism, and they really want you to kind of rest and relax a little bit this week anyways, to come out of survival mode and enter pleasure mode and abundance mode. Okay, and strength being in your near future with the World card is amazing, because it does say that a cycle is closing out and a new one is beginning, probably because of your strength and courage. Okay, We'll go over love and career later, but yes, what you're letting go of is that devil energy, that is fears, that is toxic addictions, anything that is low vibrational. Like we said, some of you, it is going to be around health, food, whatever, drinks, whatever you're putting into your body. I don't know why I'm seeing it as that, but that's really what's coming up. But for others of you, it could be connections, right? With the devil being there, it could be certain people are not super good to be around. Maybe it's a job, whatever it is. This is again a really important time where you focus on your own happiness and what makes you feel good. Listen to what makes you feel good. Okay. Page of Wands, you are being called to open up, go and explore, right? This Four of Pentacles is a card of holding on or holding back. The Page of Wands is a bit different to that. So again, as I said, don't be too stubborn this week. Go and explore new things. And find that passion, okay? Go and do some hobbies or find some hobbies that you like to do. Even if you think it's boring at first. Four of Pentacles, like, why would I do that? When I could just stay where I'm at. I'm fine where I'm at. But Page of Wands is really calling for you to learn something new or do something new. The Moon with the Two of Wands, tasting yogurt. Like I'm smelling like a strawberry or berry yogurt. Two of Wands with the Moon says that there's a lot of confusion or fears around your future. Two of Wands is that expansion. You want to grow, you want to evolve, maybe you do want to travel. There is a wall in his hand here, but the Moon says there's a lot of fears around that or uncertainties, okay, or a lot of emotions around that. So I think you can have everything that you desire, right? But something's blocking you from moving forward, and it's probably because something needs to change. Right? Maybe you're aware that something's not helping you and you want this beautiful future, but it means you have to let go of something that you're comfortable with, right? The devil is like a familiar devil. These people are able to leave, but they don't want to because of whatever is promised or whatever they're feeling tempted by or whatever they're able to do in the presence of that devil, right? So it just feels a little bit like needing to change and having to deal with that inner voice or ego that's not really wanting change, right? Especially if you're wanting to transform your life or enter a new cycle. A glow up actually is the wild card for me too. But of course, you've got that little familiarity voice in your head saying like, why give me up? Like, you're fine with me. But reality is, you know, it's holding you back. Anywho, over here with the Nine of Wands and the Nine of Swords. So yeah, there's a lot of fears and worries that you've had. You've been in survival mode. You've been through nightmarish situations. So I do think that that's got you up at night. So they really probably want you to heal from that. The Fool in your energy, center of your reading with the Nine of Cups, says that when you start a new journey, everything is going to make you a lot happier. Okay. It is that energy again of feeling more accomplished, feeling more happy. But of course, the Fool card here says to jump all in, right? Just wanting to show you that sun energy and bring it back to the shine card here. And they really just want you to put yourself out there and feel like you have nothing to lose a little bit with whatever this wish fulfillment is for you, or being happy, right? It's like, what do I got to lose? I'm just going to go and be happy, right? Because as we said, that devil energy and the Eight of Cups, you're not happy there, right? Maybe it's you're there for a reason. It serves a purpose for whatever reason. Find out what that reason is, because it might help you let something go. But the Fool card is really like, I'm going to trust the universe. I'm just going to jump all into something I really feel called to do. And you're going to be very happy about that. Strength card with the Ace of Swords in your near future does suggest you're going to be feeling very victorious. Strength again being about your bravery, your courage, your resilience. The Ace of Swords being a card of victory, truth, clarity, and maybe even some good news. It is a card of fresh beginnings. I think that your mind is going to get so much clearer moving forward. And again, maybe it's because you need to rest, right? I'm seeing a little bit like going to war a little bit, needing to be patched up after, but you've won, right? That's the kind of energy I feel like I want to say here. But anyway, Ace of Swords is really good news and really good information coming your way. So in the area of your challenge as well, but you have the Six of Cups, which is about the past or nostalgia or old memories, maybe family or children, that kind of stuff. The Eight of Pentacles says that this can be worked on. Whatever this is that you feel is a challenge. Maybe you feel like something's like irreversible, but the Eight of Pentacles is a really good sign that something can be worked on. Okay, whatever that is to you, it can be worked on. Working through memories, for example, could be a challenge. But as I said, Eight of Pentacles is really good. Okay. And in terms of soulmates as well, because we do have that over here, I have to say, in terms of soulmates, a connection can be worked on too. Eight of Pentacles, the work that you put in will come back out. Five of Swords in your advice with the Eight of Wands is let go whatever needs to be let go of, right? It does feel like maybe some people may disagree with you, people might walk away from you. Let them, right? It just reminds me of the let them theory by Mel Robbins. Just let them, because going backwards and fighting people over things, whether it's for their approval or because you want someone to agree with you, whatever it is that you're fighting with people about, Eight of Wands says move forward, right? Because backwards is the wrong direction. They want you to let it go because you're actually moving in the right direction. It's my favorite card in general, for the obstacles are being lifted. So some people might be the obstacle. So whatever walks away from you, whatever doesn't work out, let it close the door on you so that you can keep moving in the right direction, because spirit is heavily guiding you right now. Okay, and the wild card, the Seven of Wands. So despite how things look right now and all these things that are coming up against you all in one go, the Wild is a really good card that whatever this new cycle is that you've been fighting for, this new you, this glow up or a new fresh start, is going to pay off for you, and it's going to come your way for sure. Okay, so I love that. It says, despite how things look, you're entering a new cycle and it's going to be really good for you. Wheel of Fortune and Judgment in a love position is very interesting because Wheel of Fortune represents like a new chapter is happening in love. So maybe it's fate, right? You're meeting somebody if you're single. Definitely could be the case with Judgment being here. Trust your nudges. I think that some of you might be quite surprised. You might take a different route to work and then you meet someone in the traffic, or you might go explore a different coffee shop, right? Just because you feel like it, and then you end up meeting someone there. Explore your intuition. I think you're going to be guided to someone who you are meant to meet. When Judgment comes through, it is kind of like the angels are blowing the trumpet here. This is divine. Now, in terms of those in relationships or moving forward from relationships, depends where you are. It's just a little confirmation. You're moving into a new cycle here, and Judgment does represent truth, clarity, maybe even reconciliation or moving on. So let me just try and break that down. Those in relationships, there's a very important conversation coming through where everything gets put out in the open. And when you surrender in a situation, I do feel like you're going to move into a new chapter with each other. And then also those who are outside relationships, right? Those who might have just been dealing with a difficult situation. Again, things are changing here. Truth is being announced, and it is a card of like moving on and moving on up with your life after maybe a breakup, for example. Judgment is saying that it's about closure in a way. So maybe you're going to be receiving that, but it's just reconciliation, finding peace with your past journey or what's happened so that you can move on and surrender to where the universe wants you to go next. Three of Swords is in your career and finances. So there could be some challenges here, but the Knight of Pentacles is quite good. Three of Swords could be that there is some heartache going on in terms of the workspace or your finances, right? Things might not be going the way that you wanted to. Maybe you feel like you've been laid off in some way, whatever it is, however it resonates. The Knight of Pentacles is a good card for making progress. So some of you might receive an offer, okay, that's going to wipe your tears away. It's a good solid offer, so whether that's a new job, some of you, this is also like making progress in terms of your finances too, but it is a card saying slow and steady. Okay, so it might take its time, but it's solid and you are going to make progress, so I wouldn't worry too much. Okay, I hope that this reading has helped you in some way. I'm trying to make it a little bit quicker because I end up taking half an hour, and God, that can get exhausting energetically. I still love it though, but when I finish and turn the camera off, I'm like, oh my God, that was so much. And then I'm like, I have 6 more to do and half an hour each. That's a lot of talking. But luckily I love it. So anyways, Taurus, if it resonates with you, let me know, and let me know how, because I love to see how these messages align with your life. I don't know if I told you in the beginning, but I have new services out. So if you want a personal reading, they are currently open, and there are some new ones on there. So go check them out. And yeah, I think that's about it. Enjoy your week and the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay.